Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, me and Tammy's ride, we went to Antelope Island and at Gar Ranch, and we seen some buffalo, which we was excited about, and some vintage farm equipment that is always well worth my ride out there to see that. So come along and see what we seen today. Well, good morning. Me and Tammy are just southbound on I-15. It is the 11th day of May. We are headed out to Antelope Island today. It was a beautiful day, so we thought we'd ride out there. Haven't been out there for a while. So we'll go see if we can see some bison or antelope or something out there. So come and ride along with us. And a trip down this way might not be complete without a stop at Tammy's favorite store, Smith & Edwards. She has started making soap, and some of the stuff she needs for this is they sell here. So we are going to make a stop here for a minute. And I guess depending on how much money we spend here depends on how much farther we go. So we'll go in here for a minute. Well, we just left Smith & Edwards, and I think Tammy, did you get all the stuff you wanted?
Well, I didn't get all the stuff I wanted, but I got more than what I wanted.
Well, and I got out of there relatively cheap. I was under $50, but the sad thing about my under $50, it was pretty much all snack food. So anyway, I've got enough snack food to last me for a while. Now we'll just get back on I-15 here and continue on that way. Well, we just got through the entrance gate here in Antelope Island, so now we'll just start working our way around it, because there's not a whole lot right here, right now. Well, we just stopped here at the visitor center here. There's the road we just came in on. And as you can see, the water is quite low, as to be expected. Well, just got into the visitor center here, looking at the art gallery. All these are for sale. Some of them are gone. Don't know how good you can see this through this window, but little birdhouse, well, a big birdhouse out here with the birds out feeding, it looks like. Not sure how good this will show up, but this is a video that they have playing in here. I'll just let this go for a few minutes and see.
I think it's a place where we encounter other. Long-billed curlew, pronghorn antelope, bison, mule deer, burrowing owl, and therefore I think it makes us less lonely. We remember who we are and what we're connected to, in the deepest sense. Has said that the mind expands with the vista.
What group of settlers began exploring Antelope Island after 1847? The Mormon Pioneers. By 1848, the pioneers were grazing large herds of cattle on the island. This is a little section of the human history here, and this one right here, the Fielding Gar Ranch, that's where we're going to head to walk around that when we leave here. Just some more artwork here that's for sale. Well, there's a good-sized buffalo herd right out there. I'm trying to talk Tammy into walking down there and getting a couple close-up pictures, but she won't have nothing to do with that. Well, just stopped here at this Fielding Gar Ranch. We're going to go walk around it for a minute now. I think this is the barn where they used to shear the sheep. Yeah, here's a sign with what they done up here. If you want to read through that, you can just hit pause and read through them. And this is the little individual pens that they use to shear them. And then the wool was put on this conveyor belt right here and taken down to the end where it drops off into waiting bins or whatever they used back then down to there. And this is the chute where they ran them up in there. And they do offer horse rides if anybody's interested in that. And there's some old gloves, some old tack right there, an old saddle, and an old pack. All this old farm equipment here. Couple of old cement mixers right here. I'm sure they'd mixed up a lot of cement in their day. Old wagon here. Here's an old flatbed truck, and I really like the gas tank they've got on it. Looks like it's the home for some birds also. Some more old farm equipment. Sad thing is about this lawnmower is I can remember them, that style. This looks like, I'm sure, old feeder of some sort. And here's an old case tractor that I do not remember that kind. This one I do. And this is just kind of a overall view of what we're walking around here.
And look at that. Boys are always boys. If there's a tractor to sit on, they'll find it.
Another old wagon here. Got a few horses out here. This big old silo here. And Tammy finally found something that she dares sit on. I asked her if she wanted to throw the rope, but she didn't. So that's going to be it for her ride. Yeah. And here's an old sheep camp. Walk up and take a look inside of it. Still got some dishes, and there's the bunk up there. And they've got a nice little picnic area out here if you ever come out here and want to bring your lunch. They've got a place for that. And looks like the old blacksmith shop here. All the tools still out here. And you still see some of these nail bins around once in a while. And right on cue with what I said about that picnic area, a couple just walked in to sit and eat their lunch. And this is the bunk house. We'll walk in here. I'm sure there was quite some stories and stuff that went on in here back in the day. Probably a few fights even. And this is the ice house. The door's cracked, so I think you can probably walk down into it. We'll see. If you hear somebody scream really loud, it's just me being attacked. Couple of old milk cans over there. Well, I'm not really sure what this is, but we'll walk down and take a look. Oh, looks like it's just an old food cellar. Still got a lot of empty bottles and stuff on it. This is the house. We'll walk up there and walk through there. Here's the kitchen. They've got the table set. They must be expecting some company. There's the laundry room. And here is the bathroom and shower. If this was an Airbnb, Tammy would want to stay here. And here's a bedroom with a big old bat on the bed. Not sure if that's for baseball or protecting yourself. There is an old sewing machine. And here is another table. And look at that, the game they play is Monopoly. And here is another bedroom. And another bedroom with a couple of dolls on the bed. And another old Singer sewing machine. Fireplace with the pot hanging down on it. And I'll bet there's some history in that picture. And an old-time record player, I guess, what they were called, I don't know. But I do remember my grandpa having one of these in his house. And this is just another bathroom that you get to from the outside. So got a couple of old washboards over there. An old water pump here. Well, and here's another building. We'll walk in here and check this out. Right off the bat, a couple of old saddles. We'll just kind of take a little tour around this. Pronghorn head hanging on the wall. All kinds of interesting stuff. This old shelf here with all their tools and oils and whatever in it. And got an old scale here, the old Toledo scale. An old roping dummy that I'm sure, looking at that, they probably didn't move that around too far. Their workbench, a couple of anvils, and world first official Bountiful City Jeep posse. A couple of more modern day saddles, I guess. Well, we just left the field in Gar Ranch. I don't know how well this is going to show up. There's several good-sized herds of bison out there. If you've never been out here, or even if you have, if you haven't stopped at that Gar Ranch, that's really quite an interesting place to go, and anybody that's might be interested in old farm machinery, you're going to get your fill of it there. They had some really old neat things, neat buildings that you can walk through and look around. So if you're looking for something to do and kill an afternoon or a day, right out here and check this place out. This is, I don't know, me and Tammy's been out here a couple different times, and we usually space it out a few years and then come out and do it again. So we enjoy coming out here. I will warn you though, it does get a little buggy. I don't really know what they are. It's the only thing I can relate it to is like a gnat type of bug, but just certain areas, boy, they just hover right around you when you're walking around. So keep that in mind also. Well, me and Tammy are just headed back up Sardine Canyon right now. We've had a pretty good ride out there through Antelope Island, seen a lot of bison, which is kind of to be expected out there. And that, so we enjoyed that, and I'll probably wrap this video up right here unless something exciting happens between now and when I get home. So until next time, we'll just catch you a little later down the road. Thanks for watching.